it's mainly two things, which is technology and efficiency, particularly asked from the religious point of view. My analyst job, it will disappear. You're the pilot and this is the co-pilot.
Any common thread that links all three of this profession? One of the underlying principles of reengineering is the future belongs to those who keep learning new skills. But also, the future belongs to those who actually combine all these skills in many creative ways. And our guest today actually symbolizes the true meaning of the reengineering. And it's a pleasure to welcome our guest, who is an expert and have more than 10 years of experience in artificial intelligence, in data science and NLP. Apart from all this professional expertise, he also is a YouTuber and a founder of Problem.ae. Surprised? Not to surprise, he has not invented a warehouse of problems. Rather, he has come up with an AI platform interface which blends human brain and emotions with cutting technology on solving your problems. It's a pleasure to welcome Mr. Armin Alibasic to our show. A very good evening, everyone. Myself, Madhusmita, Nayak, your host. Welcome, Armin.
Thank you very much, Madhu. Thank you for having me in this beautiful studio and for your very nice introduction. Now I think you set up bar very high for the expectation from the podcast, but let's see how it goes.
Definitely, Armin. You have written, like you are a PhD holder, you are an AI data science expert, and now YouTuber, and now founder of Problem.ae, which is so interesting. And straight away, I will dive into the first question. Okay. What made you to come up with such an AI platform interface where you actually challenge or re-engineer the traditional way of problem solving?
Yeah, so I would say it's mainly two things, which is technology and efficiency. So technology is just 2 years ago, we didn't have this capability from the AI perspective that it can answer all kind of questions. So that is the technology now is ready for that stage, and the efficiency is like today more than ever we need fast resolution to the problems. Just recently, I'm sure you heard about it, we had a incident in India where a very young lady committed suicide from one company. And
yes.
Basically what is happening today, it's so fast environment that even we humans, we don't notice when some other is having an issue. And we are not, basically from this fast pace environment, we are not even ready to help them. We don't even ask, how are you? Just smile to them, maybe enough to make their day, but we are so busy with our work and there is nobody to help us. So from this efficiency perspective, we need fast resolutions. And my application Problem.ae, it offers like instant AI proposed solutions. That's one thing. And then you can also connect with human experts. So we have that human touch as well, which is very needed today. So I would say these two main things are very important in today's challenging world, that we have very fast solution ready for all the people. We actually had very similar problem posted on our app. Somebody asked, like, is it allowed to commit suicide in Islam? It's particularly asked from the religious point of view. And I was actually surprised how good the AI answer was, because when it comes to the general AI, it's not that well prepared to answer all kind of questions.
Such sensitive
exactly.
questions, right?
Such sensitive question, especially from the religious perspective as well. And it was beautifully answered. It answered like how in Islam it's the life that's it's a gift from God, and like you cannot just take it yourself. It's
for
not
granted.
Like in your hands. You cannot commit suicide, like it's not in your hands. The life is not in your hands. It's in God's hands, something like that. And like you should value it. And also like today, no matter how hard it looks, that we cannot find any solution to all our problems, just tomorrow we can meet people or the solution can come out of nowhere and the day can look much brighter than yesterday, so we
this
should
answer
never
came in your app.
Yes, we should never lose
Beautiful.
hope, and just answer like that, it can help cheer up somebody from that mood. And then especially the more data insights we are getting in the application, we will know how to even better answer to these people. And inshallah, if the company grows, we will have a dedicated team as well to help with these urgent kind of questions that we can immediately give them the expert, for free, to give consultation to them, because this is very much urgent. So these kind of things, I think in today's fast world, it's very important. That is what drove me to open such a company.
It's so beautiful, as you said, in common these days, anyone we see, we ask, how are you?
Yeah.
But we don't have that 1 second patience to listen to the answer.
Yes.
Like, I have seen people asking, how are you? But I have never seen people waiting to hear an answer.
Yes, it's very rude, actually.
It's
yes.
very rude when you ask, how are you? And then suddenly you go on and you don't have patience
True.
to even hear out.
True.
And for that particular reason, you have come up with, to address such kind of situations or circumstances, and fast-paced as you moved. As you said, you came up with Problem.ae. Yeah. So how you ensure that you are accommodating all kind of problems related to all aspects, be it on life, lifestyle, profession, and many things.
So we have started with 10 broad categories. I will not name all of them, but like relationship, healthcare, business, educational. So, for example, these kind of questions, and because the AI is capable, I just gave you example for a very tough question, how it handled it very well. So the AI is capable of that, but we need that human expertise to grow even more. Currently, we have around 250 registered experts, which is also a very good number. But not covering all of this area. Especially health is the problematic one, in a sense that it's challenging. Like you need to examine the patient. You cannot just give him the solution just like that. Yeah. But like some other areas, we see very, very good quality, especially, for example, in the education. Some students are asking some quick solutions they want for some math exams or something like that. And also then we tailor them to the expert to help them, succeed in these fields. So human expert, I believe, like what differentiates us from all other solutions is the touch of the AI plus the human expert, because most of the solutions, they focus only on the AI or some other focus on the human expert, which is not instantly available. So I tried some other competitors, and they have this human expert, and they are always forcing you, okay, have a consultation. So they don't give you anything like for free, just to, give you some value. Then you can continue, you can have more conversation. But like, give me some, maybe such a simple question. Give me answer for it. Don't force me go to some expert, highly paid expert for such a simple solution. So I think this mix of both is what brings us out of,
it differentiates you from others.
Yes.
Brilliant. And we spoke about emotion intelligence, that human interface will be helping for your problem solve. But what about ethical aspect to that? So we catered emotions, we catered other aspects, right? What about ethical aspect?
Yeah, so the AI, from the ethical perspective, it's a broad discussion happening at the moment. And what triggers me a bit is that, we ask from AI, it needs to be explainable, like how it came to that proposal, like why that, why not X? From AI we ask explainability, that it is ethical, that it is all of these things, while at the same time we humans sometimes are not that ethical. And we are not also like sometimes we made decision, somebody asks us why you made that decision. We will just say it was a gut feeling. So how do you explain that gut feeling, to the business decision? It's intuition. It's like not something that we can easily get from humans too, but we ask from the AI. But at the same time, it's very good to ask these questions, because especially the ethical one, the AI is very data driven. So if we feed it with the bad data, not necessarily intentionally, like just some point of data can be more present than the other point. For example, I remember I think from Canon or some other company, they were doing the AI face recognition, even like Apple and this. Today we have it easily, but when it was in the first stages, it was easily recognizing like white faces compared to the darker faces, which was a big issue because like you are immediately discriminating. Yes, so it's a huge blowout. But then it was not like somebody did that intentionally. It's just the lack of data of the other data representatives. So these kind of things, when we are training the models, it is important to feed them with the proper data. Then they will be very kind of
well equipped.
Equipped, exactly. Like if it is. If you feed it with ethical principles, it will be ethical. If you feed it with some corrupted data, it will have that corruption itself in it. So
what goes as input comes as output.
Exactly,
so more unbiased the inputs are,
agree.
More unbiased and ethical and like emotional and everything effective comes out the results.
Completely agree. Yes. For example, and today why it advanced so fast, because today the data is more available than ever before. So like just 10 years ago, the data is not that much available as today. Like today we are making so many videos, podcasts, everything that can feed easily into the AI, and it can help him remove that bias and remove that bad things, which will be ideally in the real world also not that much present. So that's how it will evolve in the future.
So saying that, how you are envisioning this future to look like in 5 years, or 5 years is too long, maybe 3 years time.
Okay, so the kind of forecasting the future, it is very ungrateful thing, because we had in like 2007 we had the CEO of Microsoft. When the iPhone came, he said like iPhone market share will never be, will never pick up. Like, what is iPhone? It's like, this digital, we prefer these buttons, on the phone. And look at where iPhone is today. And that was CEO of Microsoft. So who am I, to give some accurate predictions? But at the same time, I envision that AI will be present definitely more and more in everyday life. For example, today at work we have Copilot, which is helping us write the code. We can easily, like when you are doing programming, and you can give it just a description of what you are trying to achieve with the code, it will generate the code for you. Of course, that code sometimes will not be perfect, so you need your experience to drive it and fine-tune it, but it's already happening, like it's on our everyday life. Not to mention the phones who are so much equipped with the AI. You can take the camera, just circle the thing, it will search it all over the internet, like find you the cheapest price of that item, or if it is some picture of some famous monument or something, it will tell you from where is that, so the AI is already present everywhere, but I hope even more it will be in the future to make the life easier for the people. That is what I would like to see, that it makes our life easier. And today there is this scare of losing jobs, which is very similar, for example, with the previous industrial revolutions. It is always there. Like when the machine take over in the industrial revolution, there was a lot of jobs lost.
Redundant,
but at the same time, like new jobs were created, people who will maintain these machines, and like they will switch their skills from not that labor work, but more intellectual work, which we are actually made of. Like today we have so many machines, so let them do the hard work, but we do the intellectual work.
We control them.
We control them, exactly. So that's how I envision, like, that it help us. Like at the same time now today, let's say this programming job, it will disappear. Like my analyst job, it will disappear, because now you can just type, hey, here is the data, give me insights like what happened in the data. But again, the problem is, like, if the data is not perfect, like 99% it is not perfect. The
analysis will be wrong.
Yeah, exactly. It will give some strange things. So it's not that at that stage yet perfect, but like I said, more and more it will evolve, and for sure it will replace some of these jobs. But then we should be ready to upskill ourselves, to learn new things. For example, how to use this AI to help us do our jobs faster. And that was also like one of the final conclusion of my PhD work is that because my PhD work was also analyzing job market and how the skills are shifting because of the AI. And that was 10 years ago. So today it's even more relevant. So the conclusion was that the AI will not simply, replace some jobs and like completely take over, but like it will help them. Like for example, and one interesting point at the time of my research conclusion was that many of the other researchers, they said, okay, the AI and automation will take over simple repetitive work. While my analysis showed that time that it will not be only these simple repetitive works, but also some more advanced work, like for example, doctor. Like doctor, it's not repetitive work, it's very high skilled work. And that time I got to know that the AI, with this image recognition, it will help because the AI can in seconds scan millions of records, like no human can do that. But then at the same time, let's say, do you have cancer or don't have cancer? We are not ready yet for AI to determine that. Like it will detect like 80% accuracy, I'm sure you have cancer. But then the human doctor with its previous experience and the cases he saw also, he will add his input and he may rely on that tool, but eventually overwrite it. He will say the final decision, but it can help him, to detect, and it can help also some of the views, because maybe there is a case he never faced before, but the AI can help him, hey, look from this perspective, maybe this is the case with this patient. So this collaboration between humans and machines is actually what will drive us the best. And that was like the conclusion of my work, and today like the background of my company as well, collaboration of humans and machines.
Yes. Exactly. And you did this research 10 years back,
yes.
10 years back, right? And now I think more than replacement of AI, replacement of human work over AI, it is more of collaboration of human and AI.
Yes.
Saying that, which industry do you think, as you said, data analysis is one of them. So which jobs that you found out in your research are going to get impacted?
Yeah, so that time, like I said, mostly these repetitive works were there, and some of the surprises, like these doctors in the healthcare, and some other, like education is one of the interesting one, because today also with the education, even today it's available in ChatGPT, you can have it like your own mentor, and you turn on your video and talk to it like it's your professor. And imagine it can support also different languages, so how supportive and how great is this for the education. So for us to have personal mentor 24/7, and we can ask him even the stupid questions which would be otherwise afraid to ask our professor, and we can even tell him, explain me like you're explaining to the baby,
okay.
And then to the child. And so it will explain in very much details that it's very easy to comprehend.
In different languages, yeah.
Yes.
On the contrary, was there any skill that AI cannot touch even? Like I'm talking about 10 years back.
Yeah.
Was there any profession which AI cannot touch it?
So I think this emotional is very important aspect that we humans are way ahead of the AI. Creativity was that time there. Like the AI was not capable of creating new things. Today it is there, but again it's questionable, because how the AI works, mostly it is like recognizing these patterns in the data and try to come up with something similar. That is how the legacy AI works. Today we have the large language models, LLMs and ChatGPTs, but again they are working based on the statistical things, like he will write one word, then he will run million parameters to figure out the next word.
Correct.
So it's not like understanding, actually full understanding of what he is saying. It's just statistical from all the data that was trained on, how it will write one word after another. Exactly. Yeah. So now we can indeed put some crazy thoughts in the prompt, like create me image of the dog on the moon smiling, all kind of crazy ideas we can have, it will generate. So in a sense, we can say this is some kind of creativity, but again, it's driven by human because we are the one inputting this. So if we write completely...
So that means AI has touched every profession.
Yeah,
if you
I would say today it's almost everywhere.
Everywhere, right? Yeah. So with that intention, maybe in future it will replace completely or no?
Again, I'm not believing it will replace completely. Always will be there, but like working hand in hand, of course, collaboratively. And again, some of the jobs, let's say warehouses today, Amazon, I think like 95% of their warehouses are automated completely with robots. Still that 5% are humans like doing the final packing and these things. But then again, okay, all these labor workers from the warehouses disappear. But now there is somebody to monitor all these robots, to fix these robots when they break and all these things. So it's just a shift in the jobs and the skills that we need to
And we need
evolve.
to adapt to,
we need to evolve
in that.
We need to adapt, yes.
What is one of the, I think, most humorous question that you have received in Problem.ae?
Okay, that's a tricky one. I don't know, is it like for public? But like it was tricky questions again, like from this perspective of, again, from the point of Islam, somebody asked, maybe because we are in this region, but somebody asked like this can you have 4 wives, something like that.
so people are coming to your Problem.ae and asking.
Yes, this kind of like, how can I tell my wife I want more wives, something like that. It was funny. So we were thinking, should we delete this or we keep it?
So what was the answer that
eventually we kept it. Yeah, the answer was like, again, something like from a religious perspective. But again, very good answer that yes, you are allowed by the religious perspective, but at the same time, like many people tend to forget like that verse in the Quran which says like, yes, you are allowed to have 4 women. Immediately the next verse is that you need to be rightful and completely unbiased towards all 2 or 3 or whatever you have. So can we actually do it? If you have, let's say, older wife who gave birth to your kids and everything, and now you marry a new wife, you are not justful to that lady who gave life to you and your family, and you are not fulfilling the second condition, and you hurt your first wife. So immediately,
so to make the person realize.
Exactly. So you need to be completely justful to have this, But yeah, funny questions. And I like it from that perspective.
And I like the answer part too, very diplomatic answer, not like, saying yes or no.
Yes, yes. That's a good point because one of the strengths of the AI, when I had one conference, I actually showcased that case. I put there a question like, what if some theft destroyed the tires of the taxi vehicle, and the taxi, it's his only source of income. Like what you would say is that theft or whatever I said, like just a person, is that person a bad person? Like we humans, we will say immediately, we'll run into conclusion, yes, it's a very bad person. It's his only source of income, like why he did that, But then the AI said, which is very good point, like, okay, we should look into the intention of that person, why he did that. Maybe he knew something, God forbid, something accident will happen. Just giving example, like, so he did less damage than the bigger damage which would happen, in that case. So he said, the AI said, like, we need to look first. Yes, the AI said, like, yes, this looks like a very bad deed. But we need to look at the intention, why that person did what it did. Maybe there is some good intention behind the bad things we see. So it's like the AI from this perspective.
Yes, from this perspective, it is more insightful and giving a hint of thinking in a different perspective itself.
Exactly, yes. So
right?
that unbiased, because it's fed with so much data, it helps us humans, to be also to take a step back and not to judge people immediately. Exactly. Yes.
So what do you think, what is the underlying reason for having unbiased data? It's just the data, the number of inputs that is fed to the platform?
Yes, I would say it's definitely the data, the huge amount of the data that was fed into these models. because it can see all kind of different scenarios. Like, for example, we may be exposed to some bad scenarios only from that such an event, and we will immediately say this bad event, bad scenario. But the AI maybe saw in the data like some other scenarios, similar scenarios, where the income was good actually. Yes.
Usually when there is any problem, like, we do write in Google. We just go to Google and write, even though from where to buy things, like if there is any occasion coming, so from where to buy groceries from this. So do you receive also such kind of simple questions in your platform?
So there was similar questions, like something for car importing, like that was like very specific question to some area, like can I import cars in this area? Usually people will put that into Google. But not that much. It's more kind of problem focused, because like the name itself, it's problem. So people post mostly their problems. So which is good for us also. We don't want these basic questions which Google can be used, to answer them.
And how you are creating an awareness so that people reach out to your the portal, like to the AI platform. And if you can tell our audience also how they can reach out to Problem.ae and find out an unbiased response from your platform.
Okay, so I would start answer from the second question, which is very simple. So to reach, it's just simply type www.problem.ae. You will land on our website, and there you can download the application itself. And from there you can register, or you can even post as a guest there. And regarding the first question, we are doing a lot of videos, like we are showcasing the use cases, how our application help people land their jobs and other type of scenarios with the help of the experts. So we are trying to share all of these cases, and also we are doing a lot of blogs, also putting how people can resolve their problems in various scenarios. So this is like all kind of set of the activities we are doing to bring the people to our platform.
So, Armin, before you came into artificial intelligence and data science, was that your core job before, or you shifted your career?
So I would say it was very similar. I was like from the high school, I was following this part of computer science. So my high school faculty, PhD, all was in the computer science, but I was doing mostly data analytics, and that was kind of let's say the core of understanding the AI, which later on came. Like this 10 years ago, the AI, I would say it was just kind of warming up for this what we have today, and today it's a real AI war, like in terms of the fast of the
you
development.
Have seen the transition,
yes,
how it has
exactly. I have seen
leaped.
The transition, yes, and from this legacy AI, supervised, unsupervised learning, until today LLMs and other models that we have. So I have seen that whole transition. It was kind of natural path for me to transition to.
And do you think it is the human mindset or acceptance or the inhibition to change is the biggest roadblock for AI progress?
Yeah, I think this change and this maybe scare of the unknown is the biggest blocker, because like I said, people mostly they believe it will completely replace
their
and
job.
Actually the shift will happen for sure. It's not like I am questioning that, but like very very nice sentence I heard, and I use in this perspective is like, it's not the AI who will completely change, it's the people who are using AI. They will change the people who are not using AI, because they will be so much more efficient, and like this it will give them different perspectives to think about, and so the people who are using AI will be far advanced to the people who are not using AI. So I would advise anyone, not to be scared about the AI, just research and see how you can utilize it in your own skill. I know
and embrace it.
Embrace it. I know the farmers. The farmers. Imagine like the farmers from the agriculture. They started using AI like to sort their products. Like this product is a good fit, let's say, for packaging, and this is a small growth. So you need to basically put it for some other use. It cannot go to the main manufacturing. So that sorting, it's a very simple problem for the AI to train it. This kind of size you see, put it in the production. This smaller one, remove it from the truck, and the farmers, they figure it out, they train the models, and now with it's like hundreds of these products just fast going on the line, and the AI will just activate these flippers. Yes, and it will remove the bad ones to be used in some other purpose. So imagine somebody needed to do that manually, picking this one here, this one here, which used to be happen before. How much time it saves and how much cost competitive he can be to the other people who are not using AI. So of course his business will strive and everything. So definitely we need to embrace it.
Brilliant. And what is one thing that you advise for education perspective and for teenagers and for school going kid, how to accept AI and all the tools that are available? Like for me, my son is 12 years. So for any question or anything I give him, he just types in ChatGPT and gets it. Do you think on the other way, like it is impacting the creativity and blocking the thinking zone of kids?
So from one perspective it could be, but again it all depends like how open is the human behind it who puts these questions there. So if we are very limited that we want only to get one thing, we will get only that one thing. If we are open and say, okay, give me some other perspective, it will give us some other perspective. And one advice I want to give to the audience is actually today we have so many AI models, and we need to think how to use, where to start, because it now so much advanced. For example, for the students, they are lost, like how can I ever catch up with so much advance that I create some new models from my side. So my advice would be to start from the specific business cases, like take some projects, focus on them, and see the area in AI which you would love to do. Maybe it's natural language processing, maybe it's LLMs, maybe it's something else. So focus on that area, try to see what was already built on, and then you can leverage on top of that. So that will be one case, which will be take the business cases or some internships in the companies, and then of course have some mentors. Mentors are very important in any area of life. Is that you find some good mentors, some good friendships, surround yourself with the friends who are interested in the similar field. So you will, heard stories from them. Hey, did you heard about this new thing? What happened? So you will learn from that community.
And to make use of it mindfully and wisely.
Yes, that's definitely.
Any advice that you want to give it to parents also? Because usually parents, like one of them is me, stopping their kids not to get into so much of internet savvy or using all these tools, because our upbringing was in a very conservative or traditional way, right? So same thing also, many parents, but usually kids these days are very, very tech savvy, and they know more AI tools and well versed with that. So any advice that you want to give to parents?
So my advice would be definitely not to stop them from doing it, but to teach them, educate them how they can use it with the caution. Because like we have these AI hallucinations, which are very realistic. It can give even 2 + 2 wrong answers. So we need to teach our child, and like basically not child only, any human who is using it. I saw people even for business using it giving them some wrong inputs, and they just don't question it, they put it like that. So it ends up very bad. So we need to question it. We need to come with that perspective of human mind, like to see, is this good? Is it really, like for example, I was using to help me with the code to measure the turnaround time of some agents, and it's very simple thing, like you just see when the agent did the action versus when that ticket was created. However, you need from here to deduct the outside working hours and the weekends and all these things. So for that I type, okay, I have this simple case, but I need to deduct these outside working hours, and these outside working hours need to be in parameter that I can change it during Ramadan, all these things. So it's a bit more complex thing. And I generated the code. And when I'm playing with the code, I'm verifying, I see it's not working properly. So somebody would just take that code and dump it and put it into the solution, which will be wrong. So we need to question it. And then the funny thing about especially the ChatGPT is when you tell him, hey, this is not correct, like I see these anomalies, and then it will say, oh yes, I'm sorry, here is the correct answer. It's just like it will apologize, and still again, even that second one, it's not necessarily the correct one. Yes, so you need really to engage with it in a sense that you don't fully trust it. It's just I like the word co-pilot. You are the pilot, and this is the co-pilot. So you are the one steering the wheel. And it's just helping you. Don't take it for granted. So it's the same with children. Like, hey, this is your helper tool, but don't take it like everything is correct. You need to question. You need to, use your mind as well.
But do you think actually in practice these days, we all, like in general, are making ourselves as co-pilot and ChatGPT and all this as pilot?
Yeah, I have seen such examples, unfortunately. But like
it is a misuse of
it is
all
a misuse.
This, yeah.
It is very dangerous, I would say, because it can easily put us in trouble. I know also one example. There was one person who used to optimize the routes of the ships through the world, like because they need to use the best routes to optimize the fuel and everything for the cost perspective. And it was purely started using like ChatGPT and these things, and it made to some terrible ends of that usage. So that's that person got fired at the end from his job. So all kind of these. Scenarios are there. Yeah. We should be very mindful when using the AI. Yeah.
Brilliant. And so many aspects of cutting edge technology we are talking about, but which requires human brain interference, because without that it will never be logical. And being in the field of AI and artificial intelligence, NLP and data science, how you have implemented all this concept for your own personal growth?
So, like I said, in my professional life, I'm also using the AI, but as a co-pilot, not as a pilot, and also all kind of things. Like even if you have some relationship issues, it can help you, to kind of see from the other perspective what we were mentioning. Like we are very, we humans are, I would say, we are very biased. Like any issue happen. We will just think we are right. Now the other person is completely wrong. But if you put it, from the perspective, and actually, that's funny thing. Also, people when they are angry, they get some email. They are angry, and they put it to ChatGPT. They said, answer politely, like no or something like that, because otherwise he would burst into that email. So similarly, like for all other things in personal life, like you mentioned, children, like you can, use it again as a co-pilot to help you. Hey, my
control situations.
My children is not listening my instruction. How I can, make him, listen to me. So it will give you a bunch of ideas which you can try, implement, and see what works.
Have you used Problem.ae to solve your problems?
Oh, of course, yes.
How many problems do you?
So, for example, when I had that first conference, I used it to give me some kind of guidelines how to prepare for that conference, how to be more confident, all these things. So it gave me very good answers. And now we are actually working to get the expert for this self skill up in terms of the confidence and the presentation. So we have very good few candidates that we are trying to onboard now. So that will help.
Does your family also write?
Yes.
They also. So you
daughter,
don't talk to each other? You write problems?
No, it's not like that. But like when I just developed it, I told my daughter, okay, play around with it. So she was putting there how to get more money on Roblox and these things.
So started monetizing.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's useful. It's very useful too.
And it's so good to see, like, we have solutions which will at least lead us to something, like instead of having no clue on where to go forward or to move forward. Brilliant. And how you used this to educate the younger generation, how you're planning to make use of this platform for the younger generation.
I actually had discussion with a couple of faculty where I wanted to onboard this for their students, because students mostly are using these external tutors if they are not coping up with some course, so they are just using, and the faculty actually is losing visibility what their students are struggling with. For the faculty it looks terrible or I give them some tool which can give them answers to the questions. It's scary. No, we don't want that. But actually, they have it all over the place available. So you should not be scared. You should embrace it from the sense that you can see actually in which areas your students are struggling, and you can have certified educational tutors to help them with.
Correct.
So you can exactly know, okay, these are the fields which we are struggling.
And they can use this database, right, to see what all kind of problems students are
Exactly.
going
Later
through.
on, once more and more it's there, they can actually even improve their curriculum. Okay,
Correct.
this is the field where we are struggling. We need to put more efforts, so our students are not going to some external platform. Perfect. So it is like in education, I see it very, very big potential for the application.
Brilliant. And you started. You are a YouTuber, and your YouTube is about unboxing.
Yes.
Right, and so which is also somehow related to kind of problem solving again, like, you know. But can you tell why you came up with this concept of unboxing and what it is actually? Unboxing, yes. What?
So unboxing is completely out of the box of my common area of skills. So it is started as a hobby, and still it is a pure hobby for me. So I'm thinking, but I'm struggling with the time. I was thinking to open one channel for the, to share my skills from the AI from all this perspective. But then you have me as a expert there also on the problem.ai where I can share this. But this unboxing, it's a pure hobby. Like, it's totally unrelated to the skills which I have. It started when I was a student. I was buying a lot of tech. So I started like unboxing, and then I was like, okay, why I should not make videos about this and help actually the buyers to decide, is this the right item for them? Is it? And the thing about the channel is it is unbiased, because that draw me most of these famous channels.
What is unboxing basically?
Yeah, I am coming to that. So they get all the products for free, and they are completely biased then to tell good things about that product and hide the less good ones about it. So actually the initial channel name was Unboxing Everything. So it's literally everything, whatever comes to my mind.
So good parts, bad parts, functions not working. Yeah.
Exactly. And even recently I started not only like unboxing technology and these items, but I also did some review on the cars, because I see like that's also one of my passions, is the car industry. And so I started doing review on some of the cars and some tips and tricks, like how to resolve some smaller car problems. And that actually it's like the most viewed videos on my channel. So that is what I'm doing now. So basically I use it. I'm not like, I don't have professional attitude towards that channel. Even now it's almost 10,000 subscribers, so I should actually.
Yes.
But I feel whatever comes to my mind, I want to share, I share it there with the community.
So you open it and you tell the features and you tell the good and bad.
Yes.
And that becomes a guideline for anyone looking at the product, whether to buy it or not.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, brilliant. And do you also make use of, so if I see there is any common thread between all these three things that you do, like professionally you are a data scientist, then now you have problem.ae, you have unboxing. Any common thread that links all three of this profession?
Okay, so that's a challenging question. I would say the common thing between all these three is maybe my passion towards all of them, because that YouTube channel, when I started, it took me 1 year to reach to 100 subscribers, full 1 year. And in terms, like if I was doing it for money or something, of course I would quit within a couple of months. I would not wait even for that 1 year. So there was just a passion. That was just a hobby, for me to get outside of this AI and like these skills which I have, to kind of, utilize my free time.
For awareness.
Exactly, for awareness. So it's like my passion is towards sharing things with people. And similarly, like computer science, I mentioned from my early ages, it was driving me problem.ae, natural kind of evolution of all my skills, and something from my side to say thank you for the community for all what I achieved. So it's my passion, I think, through all of these three
Yeah,
things.
so the passion driving all this.
Yes.
So apart from passion, because you are handling a lot of data, right? So what so they say these days data is money, right? So what is your advice or outlook towards data?
Yeah, there is a new saying also, especially for this region, data is the new oil.
New oil, so, yes, data is the new oil, yes.
That one I like it. It is not, of course, not only for this region, it's all over the world. It's definitely a way to go for the businesses, for everything, because we are using it to better understand our customers, what they need, and to eventually to give them their better products. So we are collecting all this data eventually to find out what the customers needs more, so we can sell it more, we can profit more, what are their pain points, so we can resolve these pain points. So it's all, I would say, it's related to the customer at the end of the day. Like we are trying to resolve again some problems, but with the use of data. I remember when I was working in Etihad, there was a change in the structure where they actually they didn't utilize the data. They went with that decision thinking it will be better for the customer. They wanted to give them kind of superior experience during the flight, so they will offer them all kind of services 3-4 times during the flight. Here is your coffee. Now after half hour, here is your food. After hour, here is your snacks. So it is from the perspective, when you think about it, wow, customer will think
happy.
It's really nice,
yes.
Yeah, how they are treating me every half hour, they are bringing me food and these things, and actually it turned out to be a disaster. Why? Because how we found out what was the root cause, again, from the data, from the feedbacks that we were receiving from the staff and from the customers through the data surveys. The staff were exhausted. They didn't have time to sit, to relax, because they were serving customers all the time. So then they were unhappy. And then when the staff is unhappy, the customers are unhappy. That was one part of the equation. The other part of the equation was the customers. They wanted to sleep. It's a long haul flight.
So you make rational decisions seeing the data and giving solutions.
Then based on this feedback that this was completely wrong from the staff and from the customer, very quickly they turn it around, and actually then the customer satisfaction started to grow again. So the data is really, really powerful, and we should, in today's world, I think we should not make any kind of big decisions without the input from the data. That is the decision factor.
Yes. Deciding factor to whatever solutions you are bringing on board.
Yes.
Yeah. You are in a field where requires constant innovation. Do you get into that pressure of doing all the time, learning all the time new things? How psychologically, mentally you are always prepared and you try to be, always stay up to date?
Okay, so from my side, I would say it's a bit easier now, because when I was a student 10 years ago, that time you need to develop models which will beat other models, etc., etc. So now I'm more kind of at the usage side of the AI, the application side, where we are just kind of applying the best case models that are there developed. But I cannot imagine the amount of pressure of the people who are working, to come up with the better models, because all the time, like I said, now there is AI war, and they are competing between each other, Facebook, Microsoft, all these big companies, OpenAI. So they are literally competing who will come with a better model. And so I can imagine for these people working on the development of this model, it must be really tough and
immense pressure.
And I would advise to them, if anyone is listening from their side, is that definitely they should practice self-care. That should be their most important KPI, self-care. All this will come and go, and self-care is the most important. We need to stay sane from our side, and that's what I'm applying to me also. Yes, I'm always trying to catch up with the latest trend. In our application, we are always seeing if some model is better for this perspective. We switch at the back end to use that latest model, and I'm always trying to learn what is the current trends. Yes, but at the same time, we should always practice that, self-care, that does not destroy us. At the end of the day, we are humans. And
it should not impact so badly for our mental.
Exactly,
yeah.
Yes.
So saying that, do you think there is any fear factor from AI perspective?
Fear factor in which sense?
Like any risk that you see
Mm-hmm.
from AI perspective?
From the AI perspective, unfortunately, we see it happening in the military. Of course, the military is always way ahead in the technological development than what is served to us, on the daily basis. So, of course, they will be utilizing AI as well, and for some bad causes. And so, my fear is from that perspective, that it's so much advanced that the AI will not understand will that drone kill a child or a warrior, like if by this again coming back by these statistical parameters and everything, like there is a bus,
it might be misused.
Yes, there is a bus, it happened, like a full bus of kids, it targeted the drone target, they got approval based on all of this AI and everything, and it was a school bus. So they were thinking it's a military bus. So the AI, again, it should be really questionable. We should, in my opinion, especially in the military, we should never give it capability to make its own decision.
We should not upgrade from co-pilot to pilot.
Yes.
Yeah, we should always keep AI at co-pilot level only.
Agree.
Yeah, perfect. And with that note, I'll move to one of the segment where to understand in these scenarios whether we have technology or AI on that, or whether it is a trick or a gimmick. So I'll be asking few scenarios, and it's a fun segment called Game Tech or Trick. Okay. So let's see how advanced is our technology and whether we have solutions for that. And if we have solutions for that, an AI application for that, then it would be great if you name few of them. Okay? Sure. So are you ready?
Yes.
So the first is a wearable device that translates your thoughts directly into text messages using brainwaves.
That's very interesting one. I'm not sure it has the current technology we have. I'm sure that we have so much wearable devices today, which is helping us way with the health, with the things which we will even not know. So there are devices that when we sleep, it will tell us how many hours we had of the deep sleep and how our energy is recovered during that day. So all of these things we don't know. Our body, of course, will tell us we know when we are tired, but like
not
to have
with
it
statistical
exactly to have it on the app telling you recovered 30% of your energy, you need more sleep, not in that way. So we have that already, but for the brain waves, I'm not sure. Maybe actually there are now I remember. My friend actually was working when I was doing that PhD. He was working on the brain waves. To showcase, definitely we can get the brain waves through the devices and we can read them. He was reading like how the brain is affecting when it's shown some good images, like some nature, some relaxing images, and some stressful images. So how the brain waves are functioning, and like the device could easily then help you to understand, like you are now disturbed, calm down, this kind of thing. So it is there, but you reminded me also on one thing when I was preparing for this podcast about the AI and everything. In the future, it's very similar to your question now. Imagine if we can read what plants think. Oh,
wow.
Oh, I need some water. Hey, please give me some water. Or animals, or because
pets,
they have.
Yes, for pets I know.
Yes, they have their own sounds and they have
Through
their own languages.
It will predict what they need.
Exactly. So imagine if we have the capability of understanding plants, understanding trees, animals. That will be super amazing advance.
And will it
AI.
be like that? Like for example, like again we have to rationally use that. Like suppose it is predicting that plants need water, and actually they don't need, and we give water and it kills them, right? So at least, like, again, there is an impact, right?
Yes. I agree. That is one thing we are heading more towards, this Internet of Things, where everything will be interconnected, and for sure it will use some of the AI. And that's also kind of dangerous from the perspective that we'll have the full capability to do attacks or anything bad only on one click, like
and
let's
then
say,
again we have to be mindful and thoughtful in decision making.
Of course, like let's say you have heater in the home which you plug in on based on your button, but let's say somebody activates it to work full capacity on the 24 hours, and then it burns some things in the home, something like that. So of course security is very, very important. Information security is very important.
We need to have controls.
Yes.
Yeah. So going back to this answer, so we have, but we are not sure for what extent we have it.
Yeah.
Now coming to second scenario, an AI-powered platform that predicts your mood for the next day based on your social media activity and sleep patterns.
Yeah, sleep patterns definitely.
But what about social media?
I know by myself when I'm not sleeping good.
So sleep patterns we have.
Yes, and we mentioned it in the previous response. Social media, I would say no. It will be very misleading. People are sharing always their best things. We have examples where people share that they enjoying in the pool, and tomorrow we get news that person committed suicide.
Yeah.
So social media is very misleading and contributing to the other people having bad feelings, because they think
they're
everyone
always
is
happy, and
look at that guy, that girl, always shiny, always happy, and what is my life? And actually, so I would advise stay away from the social media, from following other people. Follow this.
We cannot predict. Third scenario, a contact lens that can take photographs and videos controlled by blinking.
I think now we already have that AI from the Apple, AI Vision. I don't know how they call them. So it has a lot of these features, and I think like literally you can control with the eyes, with the blink you can
and
open.
even Google glasses and all that.
So I think this, for sure, it's just a matter of years until it becomes the contact lenses. But now with that wearable VR, it is there already.
Brilliant. Let's see how quickly it is coming. Last one, an AI program that writes original poetry and novels with a style indistinct from famous authors. I think there is already ChatGPT
it is
and
very
Gemini.
It is very close, I would say. So again, it comes to all of these patterns that it recognizes. Let's say it's fed with all these famous poetry authors. It's fed, and it recognizes the pattern, what makes a good poetry. So now it can kind of combine something similar to came up with something new. But again, the base will be based on that good poetry. And when we think about it from the creativity perspective, it's with us humans as well. Like when we try to create something new, something better, we first go and see what is already developed, what is the current baseline for that thing.
We do research.
We do research. So in a sense, we can say that there is a portion of the creativity in AI
already
now.
there.
Yes.
Brilliant. We got to know there are so many. I think there are apps and AI platforms for almost everything.
Yeah.
But underlying factor is how we are using it.
Yes.
So it depends on the usage. And before we sign off, your last message for whoever is listening to us, and especially the AI aspirants.
My last message would be definitely let's try to be more humans, because we are losing that touch from all the technology that is surrounding us. Like you said, we say hi, we don't even listen. Somebody, I feel that like somebody wants to tell us something like hi, and then we are bye.
We are already
exactly.
Exited,
so like
right?
let's try to be more humans. We never know that nice word can touch somebody to have a beautiful day. So let's try to be more human. And in the AI perspective, let's use AI for the good cases, and not for the bad one. Let's use it responsibly, ethically and morally, and all these other things that we should be really careful with the AI.
Thank you so much. And I think the insights that you have given for AI and the solutions that your platform Problem.ae is bringing, and especially I was amazed with the answers that they're giving with so much critical questions. And also it's an alarming fact that people are writing such kind of problems which actually exist, and they have why they're using this technology, because maybe they don't have anyone to discuss with.
Exactly, yes.
And thank you for sharing, and I think this will be inspiring a lot of people, like how technology has been used to solve the problems, even what they're thinking at a young age to do. And thank you. It was pleasure listening to you.
Thank you for being a wonderful host and making me feel like home. It was really a pleasure to be here.
Thank you. Thank you so much. You. And see you soon. And may Problem.ae solve almost all the problems, and wishing you good luck.
Thank you. I wish you the same.
Thank you so much. And to all our audience listening to us, if this AI-based podcast episode has inspired you on how to use it mindfully, rationally, and most importantly, make use of the AI or any kind of platforms as a co-pilot mode, not as a pilot for making use of for any decision that you are making in your life. And stay tuned to our Reengineered podcast to listen to other transformational stories, and do subscribe to our YouTube channel and other social media platform. And if you have an inspiring story, please reach out to us at reengineeredclub.com, and definitely we'll take you on board. Till then, keep reengineering for a better world. Thank you.